other countries are looking into sustainability in order for us to address yung water problem. Perhaps, I don't know, Singapore has the best architect when it comes to city landscape. I don't know how they do it. Diba? Singapore does not own any water resources, but they're able to transform their gas to water. That's why when you go to Singapore, that's one of their touristic attractions to showcase how their water reservoir now parang how they really develop the technology kasi they used to buy from Malaysia yung kanilang water need, but now they are self-sufficient kasi they can no longer have a sustainable, have a future na laging bibili na lang sila ng tubig sa Malaysia. So yung mga ganito, I don't know what is lacking with us, how come we cannot set up all these things, and now, of course, now we will be getting water from downstairs when we have the biggest rainfall. I don't know how we really apply our brains, no, on how to come up with all this equipment, no, in order to sustain our development. So yung mga points ba na I've been around and I saw things and I wish it could be done in the Philippines as well. So yung ganon.
Okay. Sige, tamang-tama, no? Uh, the good news is meron tayong madaming university sa Baguio. Okay? So we definitely have plenty of brain power. The question is, di ba? We have plenty of brain power just like we have plenty of rainfall. The question is, are we able to collect that and harness all of that brain power so that we can solve our own needs for analysis. Sige, so yun, no, yung inisip natin next steps, no? Well, how does the future happen? Diba? And how can we shape the future? One conversation at a time, no? Hindi one election at a time, no? Kasi yung elections nagkakaroon ng reversals, no? So actually, even in DepEd, they are already introducing futures thinking teams, no? And possible next steps so that hindi ito nawawala itong conversation, no? So that this is not just one afternoon in February tapos 10 years, 20 years from now magsisisihan tayo why we still have the same problems. What might we do, no? Una, we can activate futures thinking teams in our university. And anong posibleng pakinabang nun? One, it will cultivate leadership and citizenship among our students, no? Yung mindset na ganon. And then it also becomes a venue for participatory local governance, no? Maaring hindi makuha sa isang research report yung city council, pero baka pag madaming research reports na nasusway na sila, no? If we're able to do that patiently over many years, then we might actually be able to positively impact our own city, no? Gaya nga ng sabi ni Councilor Orcales, mahirap kung inaasahan natin yung city officials natin to solve all of our problems, no? Kita natin yan sa COVID, no? Even the best mayor cannot make COVID go away on their own. Some problems are really just so complex and so big na kailangan pagtulungan, no? These can also be triggers of educational reform if we introduce futures thinking para hindi lang tatlo tayo sa university but in each department meron nang nag-iisip ng futures thinking. And then if we're able to do that, we might be able to connect more proactively with collaborators in other parts of the world, no? Ang na-imagine namin is yun nga, no? Of course, meron tayong consortium of universities in Baguio, and from outside of Baguio, the UP Diliman CLCD can be an ally, no? In fact, UP CLCD wants to do this in multiple cities, and we can form a triad if you want, no? Para nagiging mainstream na ito in the city of Baguio, in the city government, as well as in the universities. Ano yung possible next steps? Una, yun, no, we can, yung nabanggit nga kanina, parang we can discuss the future of water security in Baguio 2040. No? Uh, if we want to still be buying, di ba? If we want to have a few hours of water every week by the year 2040, then we can do nothing. No, parang that's an option to do nothing. But if we want us to have better water security 20 years from now, then we can start, we can have another conversation on that and then invite more decision
Yes
makers.
po.
Um, and then if you want also, we can organize future thinking orientation in your own universities. No? Kung 90-minute session lang, just like this, we're happy to help facilitate that. Kasi kung Zoom lang naman, then the cost is low. No? Trabaho na lang na mag-invite. And then if you also want, we can have 1 to 2 semester collaboration, diba? Within the UP, within the Baguio community of universities, no, tayo dito sa Baguio, or we can loop in universities from outside. No? Kung minsan nakakatulong yung may tagalabas rin na tumitingin, may freshness, and then ramdam rin ng city officials na nababantayan rin sila ng constituents also outside. Kasi ang stakeholders rin naman ng Baguio are not only the residents, no? But those who visit Baguio and want to enjoy the environment are also interested stakeholders in Baguio's future. No? Yun. So parang ito yung possible next steps na pwede natin gawin. Yun, maybe we can have some reactions. Kami naman sa Civica, no, we're a small team, but you know, we are really interested in partnering with universities because universities are giants. No, parang when a university decides, no, sige nga, we want to have better water security in Baguio over the next 10 to 20 years. Ay, di ba? Pwede may mangyari na dyan. No? Kasi university na yung kausap eh. We have thousands of students, hundreds of faculty. So we're happy to collaborate. And the, you know, yung parang, so maybe now we can have, it's already, what, 4:20. Maybe we can spend the last 10 minutes discussing anong gusto natin gawin.
Sir Elmer, can I hear?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yes, Ma'am
just a
Melody.
suggestion for the possible next steps, 1, 2, and 3 is actually doable. And yung exercise nga natin ngayong hapon, talagang magandang sharing yan eh. Especially that we have invited Councilor Levy. And at least siya ho yung magiging natin, kumbaga, if I may use the word instrument, for us to lobby sa government. So I think let's push through with this one, Sir Elmer, kasi nag-MOA signing na rin naman tayo for this program. So tuloy-tuloy ho natin, mas magandang ma-activate na po siya ulit.
Okay, yeah. So it's February now. We can schedule something for March. And if you want, pwedeng future of water security 2040 nga yung pag-usapan natin, no? It seems to resonate. Of course, mas may political drama dyan, but yung ramdam yan ng lahat ng taga Baguio. Others?
Si Carol.
Yes, Carol.
Thank you, sir. Sir, can we also include industry partners who are doing this as part of their social responsibility program? For example, oil companies, Shell, Sea Oil, and Felix Mines, for example. They have the budget if the government still has other priorities. But if we can get funding, support somewhere, some industry partners, then probably they're a good ally to this program.
Sige, yeah. Kung kunwari future of water security nga, no? Baguio Water Security 2040, yung theme natin next month, then we can invite companies that have some interest in this. No, I remember Moog yata or TI has diba, some initiatives in this area kasi may watershed intersection or something. Anyway, but yeah. Others?
When do you plan to have the orientation, Sir Elmer?
Well, inisip namin itong for number 1, we can do it by university, no? Kasi naintindihan naman namin na even if you had 3 or 4 representatives of your university, but it still takes work to make it mainstream, di ba? So we were thinking, per university, at konti lang naman sa Baguio, 5 lang naman tayo, at least in this, we can schedule with you. You pick a schedule. We're happy to facilitate something like this via Zoom. No, kasi simple lang via Zoom, hindi na mata-traffic sa sa kalsada.
How much time will it take, sir, for the orientation so that we can coordinate?
Well, if we did something exactly like this, parang 2 hours. We were shooting for 90 minutes pero mukhang umabot tayo ng 2 hours eh.
Noted, sir.
Ayan. Others, any thoughts? Pwede rin kayo magyaya, no? Yung from one department, one university to another department, peer-to-peer initiatives initiated. Actually, mas potent yun kaysa pinapadaan pa sa president. No, in Manila, dumadami na yung ganon, no, yung instructor to instructor level collaboration. So, if you have any thoughts or suggestions?
Sir Elmer, hindi ba na-consider na gawin siyang startup?
Alin yung actually pwede rin, no? We have incubators already, no? Ano yung pwedeng gawing startup? Ano yung naisip mo, Nathan?
Marami sir, yung sa technology aspect, yung capture, even data science, IoT components, possible components. Parang pwede sir eh.
We can form a startup. Parang,
yes,
what if we form the startup? Pwede rin. Hindi naman kailangan magpaalam sa akin and then we'll help convene. Alam ko, kung minsan nagpapakiramdaman pa, we're happy to convene first couple of meetings to discuss a startup if you want. Yeah. And then we have incubators. So we can have the incubators. Once there's a team, we're happy to turn them over to the incubators. Sure.
Mga sir, baka pwede. Kasi I was thinking of in our own institutions, of course, the sustainability aspect of having it as a program. Iniisip ko sir kung paano like I was thinking putting it as part of the research agenda of of the university, or yung parang have a constant stream of students doing research on this topic. Parang yun kasi and I think yung isang way is to make it part of a research agenda. Or a research innovation agenda of a university.
Okay. So a startup or katabi niyan is some sort of a hackathon. Di ba? Para madaming nag-iisip and then there might be teams that could form.
If I can just add, Elmer,
Sure.
Mr. Nathan, I guess around the water security, I believe din kasi the water is a human right, yung access to safe and drinking water. If lalo na ngayong pandemic, you need to wash your hands. And I think katulad nga sa nasabi niyo kanina, what if we can add an IoT component or yung mga data science components? I believe meron na rin mga frameworks around it. They call it PSIR framework, parang tracking yung mga different areas ng mga or signals about the water, yung pressure, state, impact, and response around water security. Tapos ayun, meron na lang ang gagamitin na lang is yung mga nangyayari within your area, and then capturing ano ba yung mga water security updates on the LGU level, no? Tapos i-disaggregate na siya on the national. Tapos i-benchmark natin yung mga areas on yan yung mga cities or mga barangays, no, na nagka-capture ng mga area ng mga water. Tapos gamitin natin yung mga data na yon, yung mga na-capture from that PSIR framework on the water security para gamitin as the policy notes, like kunwari tatlo lang naman yan eh. Diagnose, determine how bad the water situation is, then predict, no, what's likely to happen next, forecast when and where to procure water supply, and then recommend, no, where should we help first given the limited resources. Para yung mga kinukunyari, kumukuha tayo ng water from other sources, sino ba yung unang pupuntahan? Sino ba yung unang matutulungan para maano rin natin, no, habang inaayos natin yung future, inaayos din natin yung today. So I really believe na magandang discussion yung mga using data-driven for the policy making. And then engage natin yung mga communities na sige, university, lahat ng mga universities yan, usap-usap tayo. Ito yung mga problems nyo, consolidate natin. Ito yung mga resources nyo, open data, consolidate natin. Then, okay, mga students, create kayo ng something. Pag may na-create sila, meron na tayong something na pwede natin gawin. Tapos ilabas natin sa sa online, no, para let people use this as a research project, no, kahit hindi sila researchers, kahit nasa labas. So yun, no, parang ayun yung mga maganda nating pag-usapan as we go forward.
Okay, thanks. Si Doc Isagani, yes, was raising his hand.
Yeah, thank you, Sir Elmer. Just a thought. Although I really agree with the things that we're doing, looking at it from the university level, but we believe that the things that we are trying to foresee here, we need, I think it was already mentioned by Dr. Lamadrid earlier, that we need to also invite, like say, for example, concerned government offices or even representatives from the local government unit, because we cannot just do it alone from our end as a university, because even if we come up with research, we post it, we make them these researchers well known to them, but we need somebody from the inside, and that is the local government or from the government sector who would really push for the things that we are doing. We cannot just, that's just my thought on this one, because we can have a lot of summit on this, we can have discussion on this one, but if no one's going to cook this one and bring it to the table of somebody who's hard to make the decision, then this will just be a futile exercise.
Okay, sige. Thanks. Yeah, and in the next, well, this was the first for this year naman, and first also last year wala tayo, no? So parang warm up discussion pa lang to, so we thought we'd keep it primarily to as academics with one city councilor. But yes, no, we agree at some point, and maybe next month we will have more selected LGU participants para nagkakarinigan tayo. Pare-pareho naman tayo na ubusan ng tubig, no? So we're all in this together. Yes, si Prof. Ayat, you're raising your hand.
Yes. Thank you for yung mga comments. I agree with yung mga sinabi ninyo. I think for the next, at least for the next meeting, maganda na parang gumawa tayo. Una natin pag-usapan is some sort of benchmark. Ano yung meron tayo? What previous researches have been done by universities, regardless kung ginawa na to 10 years before or very recent lang. Tignan natin kung ano yung meron na. Secondly, ano yung expertise na meron ng bawat universities? Of course, meron tayong mga experts sa engineering, meron pwedeng gumawa ng IoT, mga sensors, mag-set up ng sensors to determine kung ano yung kailangan or needs in terms of water sa iba't ibang lugar sa Baguio. And then we use data science, so at sino yung mga universities na capable na in terms of analyzing, gathering this data and analyzing this data. And resources, ano ba yung resources na pwedeng i-provide ng universities? Of course, nandiyan na yung tao, di ba? And ano pa yung ibang resources na pwede pang i-provide? Second siguro na pwede natin gawin dun sa next na meeting, is sort of uh, a position paper uh, na okay, ito na yung meron tayo, ito yung gusto nating mangyari at ito yung paraan para ma-achieve natin yung yung o at least mag ang tawag dito mag-take ng first steps towards solving yung problem. I don't know if position paper talaga yung tamang tawag dito. Document para i-submit sa city government, pero at least something that they can use na ito pinag-usapan to ng mga universities, mga experts universities. This will be useful to the city government in order to begin the approach of solving yung problem in terms of water. Also, I agree dun sa sinabi ni Mark na we need to educate yung community. Actually, we need to educate everyone kasi we cannot just be bystanders. We need to tell everyone na ganito yung nangyayari sa water, ganito yung ating water situation ngayon, at ito yung mga paraan kung paano natin i-solve yung problem. But we need to do it together. We have to tell them that we need to do it together. Also, we can also probably set up some sort of workshop. I don't know, sometime siguro sa mid-year para sa mga students to or younger generations to get their feedback. Maybe they have ideas then dun sa ganitong issue. So yun. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Prof. Ayan. Yes, Carol.
Sir, in addition po sa sinabi ni Sir Ian about benchmarking, can we also include the incubatees from the university incubators, because these are the individuals who have already taken parts, if not the whole researches, into actual applications.
Okay. Sige. Thanks. Sige, so yun yung kami from Civica, we're a really small team, and then catalyst we see our role as a sort of catalysts, no. So we cannot, in ways we can do only so much. We can do some heavy lifting, but there are very few of us, no, and that's why we need to distribute the work with allies, no, and like-minded individuals. So ang gagawin ho natin is we were able to get everyone's email. We will come up with a parang interest form just so that we'll have more visibility kung alin yung type nyong gawin. We imagine that we need to, this water security problem, hindi naman, madaming cross-cutting themes yan, and then it's more agile to have many teams of around 3 to 4 or 5 para hindi yung palaging general assembly para may mangyari, no. Small agile teams actually it's also more effective, no. So we'll do that, and then tentatively we'll have in March we will have a similar discussion, mga ganito rin, 2 hours, depending on how much ground we have covered by 4 weeks from now. Baka meron ng tracks, no, o sub-tracks, so that our conversations will be in a sense more organized, no. And then if there are teams that emerge before then, and there's some work that gets moved forward at the team level, okay. Kung wala, then maybe pwedeng monthly yung cadence natin. May monthly check-in tayo, and then let's see how to move it forward again over the next 4 weeks, March, and then April, and May. Ganun. Okay ba yan? Do you have any suggestions on how